Yo, what's poppin'? Welcome to the Titans Colosseum Podcast. You know who I am. You know who I'm in the building with. Fellas, what's poppin'?
What's going on? What's going on, man? A lot of stuff going on for this off season, man. Like it seems like every time we get on this show, man, there's always some type of new drama. But hey, we back here again.
Yeah, bro. We're usually used to, off seasons being quiet. We're, searching, digging, trying to find ways to talk about something for some type of content. But like you said, bro, every 2 or 3 days, there's brand new news dropping with this organization, man. And I don't know what to expect. I hope at some point it does quiet down some, but man, it's been a lot of noise coming out this organization so far this off season.
Mm.
Most definitely. You already know what time it is with the Titans, man. It's never a dull moment. But hey, we most definitely gonna talk about it, man. Shout out to Top Tier watching tonight. Shout out to Day One Corey D in the building. Shout out to my guy Sneed in the house. We got Adam here with us. We got Jill here, and we got Julie, and we got Jill in here. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us. Blah blah blah. This, that, and the third. That's no mail, man. So y'all got to get y'all ass down there to Music City Autoplex, man, and take a look at their inventory. See something you like? Holla at Wilson. Buy with confidence. Best prices in 500 miles. If you can't make it down there to the lot, go to musiccityAutoplex.com. Give them a call at 844-543-0108. And still got the playoffs going, man. So get those picks in. Bet US where the games begin. 10% gamblers insurance, 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. You know what to do. Scan that QR code, sign up, and get those picks in. Fellas, let's go ahead and get to it, man, because we woke up to some news this morning. Rand Carthon, 104.5 the zone. He finally showed up, talked. If you want to call it talking, I mean, he talked, but he didn't say exactly what everybody wanted him to say. And Firestone, I'm gonna start it off with you. No, you started off last week, Firestone, man. We gotta put RJ on. We gotta put RJ on the spot this time, man. RJ, start us off. Your thoughts on Rand Carthon and the interview on 104.5 the zone.
Yeah, man. I thought it was a pretty professional interview, man. He didn't want to bash the organization, man. I mean, I didn't expect him to even go into him to bash the organization. I mean, he did give us a little insight on his. He backed a lot of the players that I didn't think he was gonna back. Like I didn't think he was gonna try to back Will Levis like that. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of makes it look like he kind of picked him. You get what I'm saying? Like, or he wanted to keep Will Levis, and that was the reason that, like, the direction that it just seemed like they wanted to go in a different direction, man. And I don't think he agreed with it. I'm just going off of what the way he backed Will Levis. That's what I'm gonna say. But I mean, otherwise, it was a very professional interview, man. I thought I like what he had to say, man. I hate it for him because I mean, obviously I'm a Rand Carthon guy, but hey, you gotta find that GM.
Man, I was a little disappointed. Like I didn't expect him to come out here and bash or make it toxic. Like I wasn't expecting a Jerry Springer, Maury Povich type episode, but I wanted some clarity on some things. I wanted some info. I wanted you being on that radio show to give me some reason of why you were there. But at the end of it, I'm like, he didn't need to even be here. He didn't even need to do an interview. There was nothing you said that was very helpful about anything. And like I said, I didn't expect you to come out here and trash them, but like, can we ask a little bit more harder questions? And Tyler Rowland said it best. I was listening to him earlier. It's like, I don't want you to press him because he wouldn't come on the show if he was just going to press him. But I don't want you to softball it all fucking interview neither. I want you to find the common ground. It's like, look, man, look, you know why you're here. We know why you're here. Okay. We're going to ask some hard questions. Let's power through this real quick. And then we'll get to the easier, softer stuff. But this is why I say all the time when we're on here and everybody's like, well, I only listen to 104 and I don't listen to nobody else. This is why you got to listen to other people, because sometimes you can clearly tell They're on Titans payroll. Like they're going to be able to say about some things, but they didn't bring up Miss Amy at all. They didn't bring up Chad Brinker at all for reasons. It wasn't just because it's Rand Carthon's comfortability. It's because Amy's comfortability too. Like they're one of the very few media outlets that is listed on the Titans media's paperwork and spreadsheet. You're still not trying to upset them too much. You got to watch what you say. So you got to get other resources out there. Because look how easy they set this up for Rand and softball. All it didn't give no real questions. And for you, like you said on the Will Levis thing, to me, that was just Rand being professional again. It to me spoke to me that he drafted Will Levis, but excuse me, but it also was. I think he also knew Will Levis is going out. Well, we all know because they announced it. He knows Will Levis is going out, so why not would I give him some good graces that maybe another team will give him another shot somewhere? Because it's still, at the end of the day, still a young dude trying to chase his dreams. I don't want to shoot that down. If he does have the possibility of doing something, why would I not try to give him a shot at finding a job somewhere else, even if it ain't a starting role? So, but I don't know, man. That interview didn't provide too much at all for me.
All right, I'm gonna get to some comments here. Mama E said the clip of Friday had her cry. Yeah, and I like that Ramon. Yeah, and I like that Ramon, came in there and kind of lighten things up a little bit because they cool behind the scenes or whatever. And Ronnie said, of course, he's gonna give the politically correct answer. I'm gonna talk on that here in a second. And Patricia brought up something as well. And Ramon works for the Titans too. So, okay. And I agree with Patricia too about TD should have done that. Or Derek Mason, somebody from 102.5. Them probably the only two from 102.5 that could have done that. Because damn well he ain't gonna talk to no Jerry Steele, man.
Nah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't think 102.5 would have gave the interview that everybody wanted, but I just don't think Rand and Jared Stillman really just going. I don't think they're cool, bro. I wouldn't be cool.
Hell, man. I don't think they're Jared done called for that man's job for a whole 2 years. Ain't no way he finna sit down with Jared Stillman.
All because of and that's the thing I don't like about Stillman. Like he biased towards Rand. Like the man was already hating on dude because he didn't give him an interview. Like it was all over an interview, and like he just like, nah, we need to fire dude. We need to fire dude, and it's like, dang, like you don't really have no real reason. You're just off of bias, like you know what I'm saying. I'm like, nah, but hey, I mean, he got his wish, so
yeah. I just want to know some things when did you know about this? When did you start catching wind about this? Who told you? How is this decision? Like some things he did say you could kind of read into it. Like, I realized that relationships are important. Okay, clearly Brinker had a stronger relationship with Amy, and he has Amy's ear, which is what we've been hearing for ever since Rand's been fired, that Brinker has Amy's ear, and that's the one person she trusts in the building the most right now is Brinker. So I just wanted some clarity on some things. I wanted him to come out and talk about some things. I know this was a moment for him to kind of appreciate and thank the fans for everything as well. And that was cool, but this is a time where we kind of need answers from somebody. And if the organization ain't going to do it, somebody needs to give us answers. But this interview from 104 kind of felt just like Amy's interview with Mike Keith last year explaining why Vrabel got fired. Like it just felt so scripted and not even asking or pressing the hard questions like we wanted and needed.
Mm-hmm. And Reginald, you right, man. He would have lost it with Stillman. He would have went on ahead and crashed out. But no, this is the Titans Colosseum Podcast. We're gonna keep it funky on here. And I'm about to say something that some people are gonna like, some people aren't gonna like it, but you know what? I gotta say it. Okay, this morning I gave my honest thought about the interview. Rand, he went there, he pretty much wanted to let the supporters know that he's cool, he's in good spirits. But at the same time, and RJ, we talked about this before the show, Rand is a black man working in a corporate role. So, with that being said, it wouldn't have done him any favors for him to get up there and trash the Titans. Yes, we wanted him to go up there and air out all the dirty laundry. But had he went that route, you already know what they were going to say. Hell, when they fired him, he's sleeping on the plane while we looking at game film, man. You know all the foolishness they said about Gerard Mayo as well up in New England, playing cards after a lock. I mean, just all out foolishness. So had he went up there, crashed out on the Titans, not only would he be breaching his contract, but guess what they're going to say across the league? Oh, angry black man. He can't deal with adverse situations. I mean, I applaud Rand for going up there and being himself, because outside of what I just said, that's not even his character to even go up there and trash people. If you met Rand before, or if you caught the few times that Rand has sat down and done an interview, you can tell the type of person that Rand is. He's not that type of person that's just going to go up there and air everybody out. No, I mean, he let it be known that he didn't appreciate, the whole thing about being lazy and sleeping on the plane or whatever. But at the same time, he not only took the high road, he climbed the damn mountain. And once again, salute to him for going up there and at least showing the people that he's in good spirits. And Rand is going to come out on top when all this is said and done.
Bro, yeah, I like the approach.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I was agreeing with Morocco. I like the approach, man. Don't just keep it professional, man. You never know what opportunity is going to come out of all this, man. Because, I mean, even he said it in the beginning statements that he was like, one thing, a lot of people reached out to me, man. A lot of people locally, around the league, people reached out to me after I got fired. And he was like, basically like, they was they was letting me know that I'm appreciated, you know what I'm saying? So, man, just don't come in and tell the trash the Titans, bro. Just just say what you want to say, and keep it professional and keep it moving, man. That's exactly the move that you make.
Exactly, especially in a moment where they're already questioning your character and your work ethic and all those things. You don't come out and then validate everything else that they've been saying by showing disgruntled employee type situation as well. It's like, see this, that. No, you come out, it's like, even though they said all this about me, guess what? They can be the ones that's bashing. They can be the crabs in the bucket that's trying to pull somebody down, that's trying to succeed. I'm going to come out here and say, I'm thankful. I'm grateful. This was great. It didn't work out how I wanted to, but we're going to move on. And what I learned from this is maybe what Vrabel was trying to tell us all along. You got to find somebody that you can trust, because this business is cutthroat. And if somebody has the opportunity to cut your feet from underneath you and take your job, they're going to. So, yeah, we complain about buddy systems, but there's a reason why some people have buddy systems, because this business is cutthroat. And if you don't have the right guy, they will snake your job from right up underneath you.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And I saw somebody brought up in the comments that it's the coach's job to look at film immediately after the game. I don't even think some coaches just go right into looking at film immediately after a game, because, I mean, no matter if you win or lose that game, how can you logically sit down and look at game film, break down mistakes and what the players done good when you're on an emotional high? I mean, I don't understand that. Go ahead, Firestone.
So, ain't every time Brian's at the podium talking about it, or the players are talking about, when we ask them after a loss, they say, we got to watch the film. We got to see the film. Ain't that what they always say to us? So apparently they ain't been watching the film until Monday sessions come along. So who was clearly watching film? No, and so I don't get it. Plus, I hate that, like, you might have found the narrative of, oh, okay, he was taking a nap on the plane. Okay, do you know what time he woke up? Do you know how late he stayed up watching film last night? Do you know what his schedule is at every hour, every minute of the damn day of when he's clocking stuff in? That might have been a one time where, hey, I might need to catch a nap real quick, because I know I'm not going to sleep until 6 a.m. this morning. I know that I got ahead of them. Y'all get to go home and have food and dinner with your wife and your kids at 8. I'm going to be here till 6 a.m. So, like, cool, you said those things, but we need more context of why, because This is a hard business. This is a long time. And I think that's one of those shots where Rand was talking about, I didn't even have enough music to catalog how much music I listened to from October, November, December, trying to tell you I was working hard, that I couldn't even listen to music. So if I took a nap, so fucking what? I wasn't like you said, you caught me watching a movie or some. This is a long time. Some people need to re-energize because these are long days and long months for these guys.
Yeah, I'm not real. I know Rand Carthon's a good. He's a smart football mind and a good GM. At the same time, man, I mean, it just didn't work out. I think what I think happened was they just had two different directions, and they didn't. And the Titans, they just didn't agree with whatever direction they Rand was trying to go with, whether it's keeping Levis or they just didn't like what he had to say. You know what I'm saying? During the where we find out where we're gonna go, so they had to let him go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think that's just what happened, man. Because even he said though, like when we was done, man, everybody was hugging and this, that, and the other, man. Like, and we just moved on. You know what I'm saying? I think that whatever plan that Ram came with, nobody agreed with it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what happened. Wound up happening.
And I want to speak to Rashad's point real quick. Shout out to everybody watching tonight, man. Like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Rashad said it's clear that the Titans don't value what Rand brought to the table as for its relationship. I said that as well. They gonna find out pretty fucking fast how important it is to build relationships with these players. Because, look, I mean, I get it. It's a business. But at the same time, you are dealing with human beings. You cannot walk around 24/7 or however long you're in the building acting like a bunch of bots towards these players and expect to get the most out of them. You need people like Rand in your organization that knows how to relate to human beings. And they're going to figure that out pretty fast.
I do want to see. I mean, I don't want to just get into the next topic, but man, for us to, you know what I'm saying, for the people that Amy's trying to bring in to replace Rand, I'm pretty satisfied with. You know what I'm saying? It's shutting me up when I read some of these guys that they're bringing in. So I want to see what the direction is. I want to see. I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up and say that we're gonna win a Super Bowl, but I'm just saying, like, I do. If you're gonna replace Rand with somebody, you better come with your A game, man. So far, I've been on Amy the most. I like these 6 candidates. You know,
bro. But you got to remember in this situation. Yeah,
Mm.
and you got to remember in that situation too. Like, cool, we can like these 6 candidates, and this list looks good. Do they really want this job? Because it's not really a GM job, bro. Like that's the thing. Like, we also have to remember, like, take off these two-tone glasses at times and realize this team knows how to do PR stunts. Look at how well they sold everything last year. They know how to do PR stunts very, very well. So guess what? We done pissed off the fan base. We did it a lot. What's the best list we can put together? Fuck if we have the opportunity to actually hire these people. What's the best list we can put together to kind of maybe simmer things down with the fan base to make them happy a little bit? We put together the best list possible. But bro, I really don't see how one of these top GM candidates would come here knowing that there's other GM jobs to come. And if you're in a GM slot here, knowing that there's the NFL rule that if you want to go to another team and it's a linear position move, you have to get permission from the Titans, meaning some players or some fans was like, well, I will go to the Titans, be a GM for a few years. Then when an opening comes up, I'll just go be GM of that team. Titans have to okay you to have the interview because it's a linear position, I mean GM for GM. So why would I trap myself in an organization to be GM where I can almost maybe have a bad mark on my first ever GM role? Or I could possibly miss out on the GM role that's actually perfect for me when I'm just a yes man and all I'm going to do is scout, which I'm already doing at my current job. So this list looks cool, but they're going to have to sell me on it once they hire somebody. Then that, because I haven't really paid attention, look, none of this, because all that stuff can be cool. But then at the end of it, none of these 6 are interested in us, and then we hire somebody in-house.
And we got a good comment. Go ahead, RJ.
I was gonna say that we can go ahead and bring up the six. That's up. You know what I'm saying? So we can go ahead, bring them up. We talk about them. So these are the 6 finalists for the GM job. So right now we got the Mike Berganzi, we got John Scottick, we got Ian Cunningham, Ed Dobbs, Terrence Gray, and John Eric Sullivan. So those are the 6 right now. I mean, for what I mean, I've tried to do my research on. I haven't done them all, but I've done research on most of these guys, and so far, I mean, I like what I see. You know what I'm saying? I liked Ian Cunningham last year. I like Baganzi, and I do like that Terrence Gray guy from Buffalo. Man, I think he's also another guy that has a really good background. Like, they have the backgrounds. It's a matter of when they come here. What are they going to be doing when they get here? And I don't think they're going to take. And I do somewhat agree with what you're saying, Firestone. But I don't think they're going to come here and take a BS job that's not going to propel them for success. I mean, look where they're coming from. You know what I'm saying? They know what success look like. They're not gonna come here and be on a bullshit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think these guys they come from winning winning franchises. They want to win. You know what I'm saying? All with their responsibility that's given to them.
But bro, everything you're saying is exactly why they wouldn't pick the Titans. They know what a winning organization looks like, not us. They know what stable structure looks like, not us. They've came from places that tell you how things should be, not us. And if you look at that list, 4 of the 6 are already assistant general managers. That's basically what this job is. Why would I leave my team that's winning, doing good, making me look good? Why would I rush out of this? Why wouldn't I just take the Ben Johnson road here, stay another year, and maybe the job that's actually going to be ideal for me will open up? We need these guys way more than they need us right now. The entire 6 list. We need them way more than they need us. All of them could stay in their curtain jobs and do way better than they would next year, because they know if they come here next year, everything does bad. Callahan's already kind of on the hot seat. You can hear the fans. Okay, well, what happens? The fans is telling them to clear house. So what happens next year if everything goes bad? I'm one and done, because they want to clear house now, and Brinker is in charge of everything. They're not going to let Brinker go. So, like, bro, you have to remember that we can't sell them on the passion we have as fans. They have to sell them on the business structure of the franchise, and how they conduct the business is one of the worst ways to conduct business, and one of the worst franchises in the entire NFL right now. That's not a business a lot of employees want to go work for.
Well, I'll say this though.
Man,
I mean,
Firestone, let me say this real quick, RJ.
Go ahead.
Firestone spitting facts, and everybody in the chat spitting facts as well, man. This ain't nothing but a yes man position. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, and the Titans they're under so much scrutiny right now. They have to have a big ass pool of candidates. They can't go up there and wing it like New England, because guess what? The NFL look at them like, hey, is y'all down here breaking some Rudy rules with y'all foolishness? And you know, they already went through the whole thing with Ray Horton back in the gap or whatever, bringing him in, knowing damn well they were gonna make Malarkey the head coach. And shout out to Josh Mickle-Cassidy, the king, too. Stop the doom and gloom. We don't violate anything.
Yeah, like I said, I agree with both of y'all, man. This is a yes man position. That's why I'm gonna be highly pissed off, and I'm gonna be on the show pissed off if we freaking get that Packers guy, John Sullivan, because I know it's a yes man. If it's him, that's 100% proof that it is a yes man position. It 100% makes Firestone correct, 100% makes Morocco correct. That is 100% freaking yes man position, because all John Sullivan is a Brinker best friend that's only gonna get the job because he's best friends with Brinker, and he don't have the background, bro. He didn't do anything to earn his job. He just knows Brinker. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I get he come from the Packers, but I mean, okay, what has he done? You know what I'm saying? All them other 5 people have the resume to get this job. They all 5 of those guys have it. He don't have it. They just threw him in there. He was the last person they just threw in there. You know what I'm saying? For the second round, second interviews, man. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't dumb, man. That's one thing about me. RJ ain't dumb.
Let me put you up on And let me put you up on this too, RJ. You remember what Chad Brinker's vision is, right? The whole thing about he wants to draft and develop what every fucking GM in the NFL wants to do, and he wants to put little resources into free agency. I knew right then this motherfucker wants to be Green Bay, and that's been my biggest problem with the Titans this offseason. They keep on hiring and firing people, then they keep on changing their damn identity. When Amy came in, got rid of Ken Wizard Hunt, let Rustin Welch to go on about his business. She wanted to be New England. Then she got Vrabel up out of here, John Robinson up out of here. She goes get ran. She wants to be the 49ers, thinking the 49ers are just collaborating on every damn thing, when at the end of the day, you know damn well Kyle Shanahan is over there picking the players. Now she wants to be the damn Packers. I mean, come on, find your own damn identity.
Yeah, I agree with that most definitely, man. I'm just fed up, bro. Like Amy don't want to do nothing original, bro. Like it's like you trying to copy somebody else, you trying to cosplay. And it's like you can't cosplay in the football league, bro. You gotta come out and put your foot on people's necks, bro, and be yourself. Like you want people to follow what you're doing. When are people hired from the Titans and be like, yeah, I'm trying to be like the Titans? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody done that. Nobody that's in a rebuilding team.
We saw a little bit of that. Remember Atlanta signing up all those Falcon players or whatever, and hell, even they failed. But true enough, teams were looking at us and seeing that, hey, Tennessee got something going on. Even Harbaugh was up over there in LA with all them damn Titan players on defense, in which I ain't gonna lie, your boy Tierra.
Well, they didn't look good against the Texans.
Yeah, ultimately they did, but Tierra Tart, he was definitely getting through on that Texans offensive line, but that's a whole nother discussion. So when they were doing things the right way, other teams was looking at them and saying that, you know what, the Titans, they got some good players over there. Let's pull from them a little bit. Now they out here, goddamn, don't know what the hell they want to do, and ain't nobody fucking with them.
And don't forget, like, all right, I know we said that, but I'm gonna push back a little bit. Falcons hired Arthur Smith trying to be like Titans. Detroit Lions hired Dan Campbell trying to be like the Tennessee Titans. Like that's things that they did. Like they went and tried. Like when you look at Dan Campbell and then you look at Mike Vrabel teams, they both trying to accomplish the same thing. The only difference is Dan Campbell has a way better supporting cast over there, all around, players, people in front office, ownership, all around. He just has a way better supporting cast over there. But that's exactly what they were doing, why they hired Dan, because they saw the toughness from Vrabel and they wanted some things like that too. But what's worrisome for me is like everybody keeps comparison, like, well, the GM's not going to be a real GM, just like our OC ain't really an OC. But that's a little different. At least with the OC, you can be like, I can elevate and go be a head coach and still be running things. When you're a GM that's not really a GM, who's really going to hire you to take the next step up when you ain't really picked no players, that you're just a scout? Like the GM role has to be your next step up to what, the vice VP of personnel and stuff. So you have to start showing you're capable of picking players, not just being a system guy that knows how to accomplish what the head wants. So how do you sit here and say me going to work for the Titans as this GM role actually benefits my career long term and helps me elevate and get promoted for what everybody job career is? At the end of the day, we're not just trying to get a job, and especially these guys, they got a job and usually it's really good. Why would I risk all this to go to a dysfunctional thing? They have been turning around the clock all over the place. And forget the job title. Just look how quick you're turning people over. And as I go there, I know, and everybody's telling me, hey, don't buy. You might want to rent because you might not stay long. All these things are factors of why the fuck I don't want to go there.
Yeah, I'll say this though. What makes this job somewhat attractive is because we had the number one pick. That's why we getting that all-star freaking GM lineup. That's the only thing. I mean, let's keep it 100. If we didn't have this number one pick, we would not have these six guys. I mean, it's just gonna keep it. We wouldn't be getting them from all these top franchises that's winning. They all want this number one pick so they can be the team that turns the Tennessee Titans around. I mean, to be the guy that turns Tennessee Titans around. So that's the only reason why we're getting all these guys. I mean, let's keep it 100. That's why I was so stressed on was lose all these games so we can get the first pick, because I just know you get power for getting the first pick. But our problem is that we have an owner that wants to cosplay instead of just be herself. Be the Tennessee Titans and build your team the way it needs to be built, man. Stop trying to be somebody else. We need to be ourselves.
The problem with that first
Right.
round pick, normally I'll agree with you, but the problem with us right now is that first overall pick's an illusion for the GM. We have it. You don't get to use it. You don't get to pick. You don't determine who's going to get it. You might have to say so, and you might get to put your input like every other scout in this room, but Brinker's going to decide that. So you don't really have that. And we saw with the Rand thing that if it doesn't work out, my bad, here, let me correct that. When it doesn't work out, because things don't work out in this franchise, when it doesn't work out, Brinker's going to get credit for all the good, and you're going to take the credit for all the bad. Just the same thing they did with Rand. If it wasn't good, well, Rand did that, and it wasn't that good. He made that. If it was good, well, that was all Brinker, and Brinker did really well. And you already see this narrative as well. So, like, normally those things are all true, but we've taken all the leverage away with how we gave him Brinker the GM role, basically, and the control of the personnel, that usually all those things are right. But Miss Amy has done everything in her power to take away every bit of leverage and power we worked for all season long this offseason. Like, everything has gone out the window now.
Let Brinker tinker. I like that.
Yeah,
I want to speak to Lane's point right here. Go ahead, RJ, and I'm gonna speak to Lane's point out.
I'm just at this point, man. I'm just tired of Brinker, bro. I'm tired of Brinker. It's garbage, bro. And I'm just not. And now once we figured out that he is the guy that's really pulling the strings on the Tennessee Titans organization, that's when I knew. I said, man, we in trouble, bro. Because at this point in time, I'm like, what are we gonna do, bro? What we gonna do with a guy that's just that GM can't even do his damn job? You know what I'm saying? We got a guy that has to report to a guy that we can make moves. Like that ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Now I will say this though. What's gonna stop me, what's gonna bring my faith a little bit back is if we don't hire this John Sullivan guy and we hire one of the other 5 candidates that actually deserves this freaking job. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll be like, okay, maybe Brinker will open up some leverage and let them move on their own. But other than that, man, I'm over here with Firestone, bro. It's gonna fail, bro. If they hire John Sullivan, it's gonna fail, bro. They're hiring a friend that they're gonna, and he's young too, so they're gonna try to mold him into this yes man role.
And I know.
Let me get the Lane comment real quick,
Firestone,
and I'm gonna go ahead and toss it over to you. Lane said, "Just make Brinker the GM," and Reginald just pretty much said it right here. Brinker wants all the power of a GM, but no accountability. And I saw a comment down there about PK. PK gonna write an article about you. PK, y'all know how PK is. PK, he be doing too much sometimes. But what I will say about PK is he gonna keep it 100 all the way across the board. You may think that he's friends with Brinker or whatever, but let the Titans go out there and start some losing. And see when PK start writing them articles about Brinker, and Brinker probably hit him up. Like, Paul, what do you do? Paul, this is my job. You know how PK is. And if you watch PK's stream earlier this afternoon, PK pretty much said, you know, if some things go wrong, I'm gonna be asking Chad these questions. So yeah, I mean, it's some foolishness.
Chad not finna talk to no media.
I would have put that. Yeah, he not gonna talk to him, man. You know, I think it's some foolishness what PK done. He ain't had to go write a damn article about that shit with Rand. He done that just because Rand wouldn't sit down with him for a fucking interview. But I will say, end of the day, PK gonna be on Chad's ass if this team comes out here later on this year and repeats the same foolishness in as they did in 2024.
Yeah, and I'll say this too, like the points we were saying, like, you know, kind of having faith. And a lot of people have said to me, like, I've been a negative guy on here, but I'm not trying to be the negative guy, but I'm also not trying to let y'all be blindly optimistic to get set up for failure again and get set up all your hopes so high and then get crushed again. Because even though we can't let out everything we're hearing, because this ain't just, oh, we think this and we saw this and we're watching this, but like we have gotten over the years of doing this podcast, we have gotten some really creditable sources to help us. And the one thing we keep constantly getting from everybody we talk to is there's a lot of snakes in the grass right now. And even though Rand ain't saying stuff on 104, I'll tell you this. Everybody that's coming for a job that knows somebody that knows Rand is calling, talking to Rand and asking them about this. And I bet you, and I promise you, he's not slandering them, but he's letting them know what really happened, what really went on. Because if you're anybody and you work for a bad place and you have somebody that is even remotely close to your circle ask you about that place, you're not going to let them go work in a place that's going to put their family in bad space or their mental health in a bad space. You're going to let them know, hey, man, just hold out for something else. I know this is something that you want, but all glitters ain't gold, and you don't want to go to this shiny thing. This shiny thing is a huge piece of shit that you want to stay away from right now. Okay, so I know it seems like it's negative right now, but we're trying to keep you level-headed and understand what's going on behind closed doors that Amy and this Titans PR team is trying to cover up. But it's slowly starting to come out how dysfunctional and how bad it is in this front office. Not even just the performance on the field, but how the employment and how it is working in this front office for this team.
And Rand even said it during the interview today. He says a lot of things that people may not like, but they can't call him a lie. And at the end of the day, that's what they respect around the league, is a person that's going to keep it honest with them, and a person is going to keep it real. And that's pretty much anything in life or whatever. When dealing with people, you don't want anybody sitting up lying to your face. You rather a motherfucker chew you out, tell you the truth, than to sit up and lie to you and treat you like you some kind of idiot or something. But we're gonna go ahead, keep this thing rocking and rolling, because we got a lot of news. I mean, shoot, it ain't never a dull moment when dealing with the Titans. Of course, Derrick Henry this weekend, adding more to his Hall of Fame resume, and Mike Vrabel. We all knew this was going to happen. Mike Vrabel officially becomes the head coach of the New England Patriots. And Firestone, I'm gonna go ahead and let you start this off, because I know you.
Here we go.
I know you're gonna be flying to New England in the morning with your briefcase or what. Your thoughts on your client, Mike Vrabel, and who will get their act together first? Will it be the Titans or will it be the Patriots?
Here we go.
I have been saying this ever since we fired Vrabel, bro, and I called that he was going to New England, and I knew that Mayo thing, and even when that, and y'all was like, man, but Mayo's there, it's not this. It's like, bro, he's getting paid. There's no rush to do anything. You can wait out until New England's going to fire Mayo, because Mayo would have had a fair chance if Titans would have kept Mike Vrabel. Mayo probably would have coached there a few more years. But the fact that the Tennessee Titans fired Vrabel, Robert Kraft never saw that coming. He never thought that was going to be a even realistic option for him, as Mike Vrabel being the successor of, or to come after Bill Belichick. Bro, but I told y'all, when they fired Vrabel and they hired Mayo, I said, look, it won't be long. 1 year done. And we
You ready to? I was about to say.
But you're gonna see, bro. He's gonna go out here and coach well. He's gonna build up that culture there in New England. Everything that everybody has said, he's heard. He's gonna come out here and grind. You're gonna realize, like, as we're seeing now, and I don't know why people can't look back and start to see the tea leaves in it, and why there's blinders on when it comes to Vrabel. I get it. Not everything he did was right, but this franchise is dysfunctional. This franchise cuts people's feet from underneath them and doesn't let them succeed. No matter you're a coach, a GM, or a player, we've seen it several times that they do these things. So we're going to see Vrabel, and it's gonna kick our ass. We got to see him this year, and it's not going to be a pretty sight. That'll probably be the game y'all see Callahan get fired after, because you can guarantee how when he first had his first game against Belichick, he made sure to make it a statement game and a game everybody remembers because he outsmarted Belichick. He'll make sure that everybody remembers his first game back against Tennessee Titans.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. They cracking me up in these days.
Hey, they going in, bro. Let that
Sorry,
man live,
we'll
bro.
see.
He a
We'll
Vrabel
see.
guy, man. He a
We'll see if
Vrabel
they're
guy,
laughing
man.
when we.
Hey,
We'll see what they're laughing when the
all I'm
Patriots
gonna
come
say
in
is,
here
look,
to Tennessee and
all I'm gonna say
dog
is,
whop our ass.
all I'm gonna say is, bro. If Vrabel come to Nashville and we beat the absolute bejesus out of them, bro, you gotta let us talk. We gotta let us talk our shit, bro. Because man, we've been hearing the Vrabel, all this Vrabel glazing, and this is
Bro,
probably the hardest coaching stint that he's ever going to have as a coach, bro. He is taking over a bad roster. He's taking over. He has a somewhat of a good quarterback, and the New England Patriots they just just not a good football team, bro. And I don't think that's gonna I don't think that's gonna change next year. And he's not gonna hire no staff that's gonna get him into the playoffs in year one. So we'll see. I'm saying if they start winning, man, then I'll be with you, Firestone. You know, so
bro,
I'll be with
we couldn't beat the Mac Jones led Jaguars. You think we're beating Mike Vrabel? Bro,
you.
and what kills me is everybody's like, oh, Vrabel can't turn it around in 1 year. But the Titans can turn it around in 1 year. The Brian Callahan, we can be like the Commanders and turn it. But Mike Vrabel, no, and the New England Patriots, they couldn't do it. No, why the fuck not? Why the fuck do we always think that Vrabel can't do some shit or some other teams can't do it, but we can always do it? But we're so blind to us as a dysfunction that we think we're like every other franchise out here when other franchises don't operate like us other than the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We like I said, man, if we beat Vrabel, I don't want to hear nothing else about this man. Nothing. I don't want to see no tweets. I don't want to see Firestone talk about this man, this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear nothing from no Titan fan base. Now, if he beats us, you're allowed to say what you gotta say, Firestone. But if he don't, I'm going in.
I don't know.
I'm
I don't
going
know.
in. All
I
we've
don't
been
know.
hearing is this man gonna beat us.
I don't know, bro. I've been sitting here spitting facts for a while, and y'all still ain't listening to me and act like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. We gonna see.
Nah,
We gonna see.
look, I agree. I mean, like I said, man, you definitely be spot on. I ain't gonna take away your credibility, man. You be spot on this show. But I'll say it though. I'm just tired of this Vrabel talk, man, because man, he's a maximizer, bro. He is a maximizer. He's gonna make his team play hard. He's a player's coach. That's what he is. He's not no X and O's guru. He's not going to out scheme somebody. You know what I'm saying? He has flaws in his game.
But you don't have, that's the problem with me. Everybody thinks like your head coach has to be the X and O guru guys. No, your head coach has to be a CEO, and your CEO has to know what I'm good at, what I'm bad at, and whatever I'm bad at, I got to go find somebody that's good at and give them that job. And that's the things that Vrabel has to get better at. Yeah, you're right. You can break down defenses and you can break down stuff and how to actually see what somebody else is at, but to set up X and O's for what we need to do, no, you need somebody else for that. And you got to hire better for that. And that's going to be the true tell in New England is now my biggest thing was, okay, you couldn't get good coaching staff because of the talent and how the Titans franchise is. That's not the excuse no more in New England. That's a good franchise. That's ran properly. You're going to be able to get talent around you. Coaches are going to want to come there and coach. So now what does your coaching tree look like now that you're not in Tennessee anymore?
Oh my God, y'all damn near took me out with that one. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he said Mike Vrabel is known as a party animal.
Well, he was dancing in the locker room with the players, so I mean, there might be something to that, man. But hey, just like everybody said in the comments, especially Ronnie, he brought this point up first that I seen. Mike Vrabel, he isn't inheriting a winning roster. He's inheriting a roster that he's going to have to build up, and it's going to boil down to what type of coordinators and coaches he can get in here. Because if he goes out, well, Shane Bourne's already staying with the Giants, so I mean Shane's out the picture. We don't know who the hell the DC is going to be. Probably one of Shane's assistants. Maybe Terrell Williams. I mean, didn't Vrabel give him an opportunity to be the head coach for one game in the preseason or something like that? So that's somebody to look out for the Patriots DC job. Now, OC, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. It's either Tim Kelly or Todd Downing. There's no in between. There's no other candidates that's going to sign up to work for Mike Vrabel other than those two offensive line coaches? Well, you got to look out and see who's going to be Vrabel's offensive line coach, because that's one of the biggest criticisms we've had about Mike Vrabel around here is his offensive lines. He got by for a little bit with having decent players, but once it came time to rebuild, we saw that those coaches didn't know what the hell they was doing.
I'm gonna be real. I don't think he's gonna make it in New England, man. He already could barely handle our media. I could only imagine Boston. I only imagine with the Massachusetts area, bro. We talking about the second biggest franchise in the NFL, bro, right behind the Cowboys, bro. I don't think he's gonna make it, man. You can't win with the practice squad. You can't go out there and especially if they do sign NWI. You can't have NWI out there playing in the Patriots, bro. It ain't gonna do it, bro. That ain't gonna do it, man. I love NWI, but we talking about Boston, bro. You feel me? They a whole different breed of media. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Imagine, go ahead, Firestone.
Have you never seen a Bill Belichick presser? This motherfucker gives the least answers out of everybody ever out of press conferences. How do you think about that play? It was good. What do you think?
Bill Belichick got 6 Super Bowl rings, man. He can get away with it.
Bro, but you're acting like something like this media is just automatically going to be New York Giants media. No, they love this guy here. It's not about to be hard. Bro, if he could handle Tennessee's media and coming out and saying what he is, bro, he's going to be just fine in New England's media. That is not that bad of a media that they press too
way
hard
worse
on
than
things.
I don't know, Firestone. He almost crashed out a few times here in Tennessee. You remember him walking out of the press conference and losing. It fucking sucks. Losing.
No, like, bro, like that's like in all honesty, like
I don't think he's gonna make
who
it.
asks that dumbass of a question? What does losing feel like? Oh, it feels great, jerk. Like, who's going to what do you think it feels like, bro? Like, that was one of those questions. Like, I get like you got to let your temper simmer down. But also, when you're in a high stress moment, when everything like you're already down, like everybody has that day where you're one dumb question away from going off on somebody, and that was it. So, Vrabel, what does losing feel like? The fuck, like
What that on a Tuesday, though, Firestone? I think
if they could turn on
Gerard
Mayo, they're definitely turning on Vrabel, bro. Like Gerard Mayo won Super Bowls with them too, so you can't sit there and say that, man. Well, he doesn't have anything to back him up. He don't have no parties with them.
Let him lose 3 weeks in a row, and he holler out, "Gotta play better, gotta coach better." Man, look, they gonna tear his ass up.
Right, bro. And y'all tend to forget. Y'all tend to forget like those first 3 Super Bowls was won by that defense. That first 3 Super Bowls in New England was won because of Mike Vrabel, Teddy Bruschi, and Willie McGinnis, and Ty Law, and that damn good-ass defense they had then. Brady didn't win those first 3. That defense led that and ran that, and Mike Vrabel helped run that defense with Teddy Bruschi and stuff. So, bro, he is higher regarded in that New England area than Mayo. Yeah, they both played for the team, but one led the defense and one played on the defense. And that's not to discredit Mayo any, but Vrabel really helped set that culture. Not just Vrabel, but that entire defense helped set that Patriots culture before Tom Brady became who Tom Brady was.
I'll say this: what's going to help them? What's going to help Vrabel a little bit earlier in his career is most definitely that he had Drake May, and Drake May look like he's going to be a good quarterback in this league. So I think that will help him early on. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he can maximize, you know what I'm saying, Drake May. He's going to have to find him a running back because he love to run the football. So I don't know I don't know the running backs that's over there for the Patriots. I think they still got Ramondre Stevenson. He can't run Ramondre Stevenson 22 times, bro. I don't think he can do that. But he most definitely he got to get him some running backs, bro. This is the draft to get some running backs.
Bro, like we forget that Mike Vrabel got the number 1 seed for us without Derrick Henry and a 2-style running back. Like he don't have to have Derrick Henry. He just needs to have a running game, which everybody needs a running game in this NFL. But he can have a split running back setup situation. Everybody needs elite, bro. They just had to trade for Josh Allen to have an elite wide receiver. Like we say these things like it's a knock on Vrabel, but every team has to have those things. I heard somebody say the other day, well, Vrabel needs a veteran presence on his team. Every team needs a veteran presence. What are we talking about?
The Patriots need to either draft, so I think somebody said down there, Ashton Jennings. They need to draft Ashton Jennings, Territory McMillan, or Travis Hunter. If they don't get one of those three guys out this draft, which I think they probably will, because they're only picking 4. You know what I'm saying? If they don't get one of those three, Vrabel is gonna be screwed, bro. They need somebody to throw the ball to, because what Vrabel like to do, man, he got to have a receiver to I ain't gonna say bail him out, but to make plays, be spectacular.
Patriot got the number 2 overall pick, right?
No, they 4, because it's Titans, Browns, Giants, and then Patriots.
Giants, then the Patriots. Okay, so
they got to be getting Travis Hunter or something.
Or Abdul.
Travis? Yeah, I'm about to say.
Do they got pass rushers
to 4?
Not like Abdul, and you know how Vrabel is, bro. He wants his pass rushers. You see with Landry and Dodge.
I can see him with Abdul Carter too.
I think Vrabel will ruin Travis Hunter. I really think he would, just for the simple fact that I'm thinking about Adoree Jackson. Now, granted, Adoree Jackson wasn't, on the same level as Travis Hunter, but they're pretty much the same person when it comes to their personality. And their type of personality clashes with Vrabel's type of personality. The way Deion treated Travis Hunter is not going to be the way Mike Vrabel would treat a Travis Hunter. That's why I say I can't see them picking up a Travis Hunter. Abdul Carter will fit them a hell of a whole lot better, in my opinion.
You don't think Travis Hunter can't handle Mike Vrabel after being coached by Deion Sanders?
Hell no. You see what he's doing with his girlfriend and shit with the people online? Think about Vrabel. You know Vrabel will go out there and say some old slick ass shit. What's wrong with you today, Travis? You're thinking about your girlfriend? What do you think she's doing? Is she out fucking? Vrabel
bro,
say some wild ass shit.
This ain't the military, bro. The military will say some shit to you like that.
Bro,
all right,
we talking about Mike freaking Vrabel.
What are you upset about? What are you upset about? Saw Jody banging your girl this morning? What's wrong? Bro, the military will say some shit like that to you. Now, Vrabel does say some slick shit and some sly shit, but I think he knows something like that is too personal of a dig. We'll talk about shit we fucked up on the field and bust balls about that, but take a personal dig like that. We're not about to be the Mike Singletary and Delaney Walker, or not Delaney, but Davis, and sit here and come into the team meeting with a rap talking about Vontae Davis and how he was playing back. That's not that type of behavior. Like, yeah, he busts balls, but look also how he sat there and we saw that clip with him and Ben Jones walking to the locker room his final year when Ben played through the leg injury, and he embraced Ben and was like, I love you like my own. I thank you. And all. People tend to forget there's that side too of Vrabel, that every good leader and coach has to also know when somebody gives you your all, you show that appreciation for it too. There's certain lines you don't cross. And I think Vrabel understands that as well, because you've seen it when players need him to step up. He stepped up and was a leader and was there for him. And every player, or not every player, but a lot of the players that he has coached for still have relationships with them and talk to him all the time.
Hey, Trav, quit thinking about your girlfriend and catch the damn ball.
Yeah, hold on, bro. Los, they didn't like that tweet, bro. They thought I had people upset. I had people highly upset.
RJ was on some wild ass shit last night.
Hey, I had people upset, bro.
RJ had motherfuckers calling people out for being from the South and all kinds of shit.
I'd have turned all Titan Twitter on their head, bro.
RJ and his race baiting.
So basically what I said was that I said, man, for the people that say they don't like Cam and Shedeur, man, just go on their search bar, man, and type in Lamar Jackson and see what they said about them. That's gonna tell you everything you need to know. And people was highly upset. I'm like, how can you say blah blah blah? Oh, you're comparing the two. Oh man, the people in my DLs telling me that, man, you're terrible, bro. It was hilarious, man. That was a fun experience. I ain't gonna lie.
So Firestone, we just got word. Shout out to Patricia for putting us up on this too. But just got word that the Dallas Cowboys, y'all know him, Dallas and Mike McCarthy parted ways. I don't know why Jerry sat on his ass for a whole damn week just to fire this dude or whatever. But they said the Cowboys are interested in Dion as the head coach. Firestone, your thoughts, and could the Dallas Cowboys package something up to move up and get the number one overall draft pick? Would you even trade the draft pick to the Cowboys?
No, I don't see anything that they would have that you could try to possibly move up. I mean, I know you could throw in like, Micah Parsons maybe in a deal for us, and that'd be nice, but I just don't see this happening. I mean, Dion said, like, if I'm going to coach for a team, I want to have both my sons. Well, that's a lot of moving parts and a lot of hard work to do. It's not as easy to do like you can in college, where I just want to transfer portal out of here. And Dion is smart. And when you're smart, you realize that you don't go play for people that don't always give you the control that you need to run things, and also don't have the patience to let you do what you need to do, and then will undermine you as much as Jerry Jones has done with all of his coaches and all of his tenure as the Dallas Cowboy owner. So as even though it sounds cool and it's a talking point for everybody, I don't see Dion going there for no reason. There's nothing for me to go there other than I played there, got a Super Bowl with y'all. But Dion's spoken several times about it, his unhappiness, how Dallas does stuff. So does Troy Aikman as well. So I don't see Dion going there. I really don't see Dion coming into the NFL and coaching for at least 3 years, because I think it has to give time for, like you said, he wants his sons on a team together. So I really don't see him coming to the Dallas Cowboys.
Where are they picking at?
Go ahead.
Where are they picking at?
The Cowboys.
Let me go look. I'll go check.
Yeah, I don't know where they're picking at. I don't. Everybody's like, well, if they pick, if he goes to the Cowboys, we need to trade up. They need to trade up. Like, nah, we ain't got. We can still stay. Like, we ain't got to trade.
They're picking 12th.
Yeah, look, bro. We don't have to trade, bro. We can literally. So that just pretty much just proves what quarterback we're gonna get. Because I'm just letting you know now, if he goes to the Cowboys, they're gonna pull LeBron James and Bronny, bro, and nobody's gonna be able to draft Shedeur until he gets to 12. Like, that's all that's gonna happen. That's all that's gonna happen. They're gonna bully their way to Shedeur.
They said Sam Darnold tossing ass tonight, man. How bad is it? What's the score?
Bro, I just seen it. He threw an interception, bro. And I'm gonna let you know now. That proves it right then and there. You don't bring Sam Darnold to the playoffs because they will get exposed.
Is it looking worse than Herbert? Is it that bad? Is it looking worse than Herbert?
Sam Darnold looked just as bad as he did the last game in the big game when the lights was bright, bro. He's not good. I tried to tell people that. You get you a game changer. Get a game changer. Get you a guy that you've seen with the game on the line, step up and make plays. Sam Darnold, in his whole career and since his time at USC, has never been that guy. He's never been that guy. So I don't see why people think that he's that guy now. He's not. Bro, I don't give a damn what kind of season he had.
I'm with you on that too. And I think that's just a point too, that also we have to take that consideration that, like, yeah, he's not that guy. He's not the elite guy, game changer, carry the team. There's not many of those guys. That's also the thing. Like, when we come to these QBs and we evaluate why you can't reach, because the Jets reach for Sam Darnold. The Vikings reach for Sam Darnold. Like, he's done good this year, but ultimately he can't get what your job, the goal is that you want done. So also remember that, like, how many teams and how many QBs get exposed in the playoffs every single year? There's only a handful of QBs that actually do good in the playoffs. That's why it's so hard to find a guy, and why so many Titans fans this year are saying maybe we should trade back and wait until we know for a fact that this is a guy that not only will just do regular season numbers, but will do good in the postseason for us, because it takes time to do good in the postseason. You only get one shot at that every year. Every year you get 18 weeks to perfect the postseason. Win or lose, you got 18 or 17 because you got to buy. You got 17 weeks to perfect how you play in the regular season. You get one and done in the postseason to figure this shit out. So sometimes it takes players to learn how to play in the postseason and deal with that atmosphere. So you definitely can't really reach on a QB that also has to learn how to deal with postseason atmosphere as well. So
I agree with
just
you,
keep that in mind
Firestone.
when you evaluate QBs that we're going to possibly draft as well.
And look, and like I told y'all, there's only one quarterback, and I don't get me wrong, I like Shedeur too, but I ain't never seen Shedeur on a big stage. I've seen Cam Ward on the big stage. I've seen him down 25 points against Cal and come all the way back and get that damn W. You know what I'm
It's like
saying?
Shedeur's 0-3 against top 25 teams this year and stuff. Like, so he hasn't really played that well either when he finally gets to cross good things. But then there's those questions like, O-line's not really that well. The whole team really isn't.
Yeah,
that.
that's the
But is
thing
that
with
really
that's about Shedeur.
valuable
I think
reason?
he has to come with his dad. I got a feeling that he has to come with his dad, bro. I don't know what he is by himself. I know what Cam Ward is by himself. I done seen it for 4 or 5 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? I done seen it for 5 years. And then look, I love Shedeur. I would love Shedeur in the Tennessee Titan uniform. Don't get it twisted. I would love him. I'll take a chance on that kid, especially at one. But I've seen it from Ward. I've seen it multiple times in Miami. They was losing plenty of times in the season for him to be the guy that says, hey, man, look, we're going to win this damn game. And he goes out there and he gets the damn W. And I know if he comes to Tennessee, he's going to do the same damn thing. You know what I'm saying? I know he will. I done seen it.
I got a question I want to throw out there to you, Firestone, and RJ, and everybody in the chat. Which would be worse? Us having a 4-win team under a rookie quarterback, or having a 9-win team maybe sneak into the playoffs with a bridge quarterback?
Say it again.
Which would be worse in your opinion? Having a 4-win season with a rookie, or 8 or 9-win season, maybe sneaking into the playoffs with a bridge quarterback?
For me, I don't that's not the factor for me, because we can have a rookie quarterback, and that, because for me, rookie quarterback's the better option because you can build long term. But rookie quarterback's not the better option if your franchise and front office isn't set up this guy for success and to keep his mental state right too. So we've seen that with many QBs that just the franchise ruins after it comes in. So all right, we got a rookie guy, but is he getting hit all the time? Is injury a thing? Is his mental going to be messed up because we have nobody else around him? Because we need to bring in a rookie QB. That's for damn sure for this team. We got to bring in a rookie QB. But do we bring a rookie QB in under fire, or do we bring a rookie QB in after we maybe got some pieces around that will help set him up for success for the longevity of the team? So that's the biggest thing for me is like, all right, cool. We're going to have to bring in a rookie quarterback. The bridge quarterback situation for me is literally you're just bridging until you get enough pieces around that you think that you've given a rookie quarterback the option to succeed. So even if it is a bridge quarterback that makes us lose so we can get higher draft picks to build up a team, but do you go get the rookie QB now, or do you build the team around him so the rookie can have success and not be under fire so much, kind of like how Mariota was?
So basically what Morocco is saying, do you want to be the New England Patriots or do you want to be the Pittsburgh Steelers? That's basically what he's saying. I'd rather be the Patriots because right now they have the chance to build a team into because they got the game changer at quarterback. Well, at least for what I've seen, he looks like a game changer. They have the game changer at quarterback, in my opinion. The Steelers, they're stuck in no man's land. They're going to keep on having to get these bridge quarterbacks and try to compete in the playoffs. And it's killing. They talking about firing Mike Tomlin because he can't get over the hump because he can't get a QB.
I think he's going to be safe, but Pittsburgh,
he can't get a QB.
They got to do something. I mean, they got to take a risk.
They need to trade up.
Point.
They're going to trade up. Trade up into the top 3. You're gonna have to get rid of them. Man, you already winning 10 games a year, bro. What else do you need?
They in the perfect situation to take on a rookie quarterback, if you ask me. So I think if they take the risk, it's more than likely that it'll pay off.
They either draft like a dart or Yeah, get one of them. Like, I don't think yours is not. He's not no. He ain't gonna
But
elevate them, bro.
they got but for them, I say for them that works for them because you got like Russell there. You don't have to have yours start right away. He can absolutely sit while you take on some of this cheap Russell QB play, and then let yours come up, and then hopefully for them the injuries of Ewers doesn't make a big thing. But if anybody's going to take a gamble on Ewers, I think Pittsburgh's set up in the best situation to do so.
I agree with that because he can sit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said get either a Darter, Ewers, or what was the other quarterback that's in the draft, or even man, shit, go get Milroe. You never know what Milroe could be, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he sits behind Russell Wilson and Russell Wilson teaching the game, man, he could be there. You know what I'm saying? The Steelers could get like a Milroe or something, man. That dude, I mean, he has elite explosiveness, bro. You know what I'm saying? He has Lamar Jackson explosiveness. You know.
I don't know if Milroe has the mentality of being focused. Like there's times where he has a Will Levis-esque to him too. And I mean in this situation of branding and marketing. It seems like at times he's more focused on the money-making aspect of football than the actual football aspect of football. And that doesn't seem to do well in the NFL. When you come here and you're just worried about money, I haven't seen it work out for a player in the NFL yet. When you don't love football and put football first and you put money first, it doesn't seem to work out.
I will say this though.
In the chat. Go ahead, RJ, and then you take
before,
the super chat as well.
Yeah. Before we get to the super chat, I will say this though. I you know me, I hate Alabama, but I watch my one of my biggest enemies. You feel me? And I will say this about Milroe: he needed Nick Saban this year. Like Nick Saban kept him focused. So if he were to go to Mike Tomlin gonna keep him focused, bro. I think he needs a coach like Mike Tomlin to unlock his potential to be the quarterback that we know that he can be. Because I mean, he has probably the best out of all the quarterbacks. He has the potential to be the best out of all of them. If he reaches his potential, he's the best quarterback in the draft, just like AR was. So he needs to go to the right coach. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yeah, the chat ain't rocking with that bridge shit. I mean, and pretty much I agree with everybody in the chat who don't want to do the bridge thing. I mean, this ain't the year to be doing the bridge thing. I mean, Sam Darnold is pretty much proving that right now. But shout out to True Hype for the super chat. We appreciate you very much, True Hype. Steelers can get Levis won't cost him, man. Look, man.
Hey, I love to take him up there. I love it.
Man, look, man. Anything they come with, god dang it. Hey, Will Levis has been real, but it ain't been that real, man. Get up out of here.
Yeah, no, and I'm with that. Like, I'm not saying I'm for the bridge thing, but it's just this is where we have to think about the team long run. I know everybody wants to say, let's go get this and let's turn it around in 1 year, but this team is not in a position to turn around in 1 year. So, in the scouting room, they're thinking, okay, all right, you have to try to sit there and evaluate every avenue of approach to this. Okay, if we go get a QB, this and that, all right, then what we have to build around this around to make him good, this and that. And then is that going to jeopardize it? Is that going to ruin him? And like I said, it is going to be a bridge to nowhere. It's not going to be a bridge to nowhere. It's going to be a bridge to our starting QB. You're not getting a bridge QB to win you some games for 5 or 6 years to get you into a playoff run. Then we're going to find the guy. No, you're looking for a bridge guy to help you get bad picks so you can build up a team. And then after the second year of this guy, you go get the QB. You don't wait 3, 4, 5 years and then waste the team you build. You bring in people who's like, hey, look, give us 2, 3 years. We're going to be rebuilding, and we're going to be looking for somebody, and we're going to be bringing in. You let them know from the jump. It ain't just, hey, we're retooling. We're going to try to go out there and compete this year. No, hey, come here, have patience. We're going to try to do bad. We're not going to necessarily try to do bad, but we're not. We are where we are right now, and we're trying to build, and that's just where we're at. And we're going to be honest about it. You can be here for us, but once you sit here with us, it's all going to be worth it in the end. So, do you take that route, or do you get the QB now and start pushing? Like, I don't know where I'm at yet with what we should do, but these are the avenues of approach. Do we go the Abdul Travis Hunter route and then bridge QB till bad to maybe next year or the year after that? Or do we just go get QB now and then start trying to figure out how to put pieces around him and then hope we don't ruin him like we did some other QBs in this franchise?
I think I'm with the second route, man. I was gonna say I'm with the second route just because I mean if we're gonna be on a 3-year rebuild or 2-year rebuild, then you draft a quarterback and you see what you got. You throw him out there, man. Throw him out there to get with the bullets, man, to see what he does. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, once you go through a whole season, you can reevaluate. You can evaluate what he is. You can evaluate what he needs to improve, and you can. And guess what? If we suck, we're picking right back in the top 5 again. You can go big. You can go pick a Abdul Carter. You can go pick a Travis Hunter. You can go pick one of these. There's gonna be. I'll tell you, there's gonna be a best player available in every draft. I promise you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the best player available is always gonna be nice. You feel me?
But the best player available ain't always in a position that you need to fill. That's the difference this year. That these QBs feel like reaches. Like, yeah, we need a hole to feel like we need a QB, but these QBs feel like a reach just because we have a hole where they don't really feel like the game changers or that. If we was just talking all about the board, they don't feel like they're above Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter and some other players, even at that. They don't feel like the best available player. They feel like the most need for the team. And I've seen where teams that draft for the most need of the team and rather what's the best position for a hole on the team doesn't seem to build well for teams. The teams that build well know how to get the best player at the time for every position and every hole they have. And you don't rank one hole bigger than the other when you feel like Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter is a top 1 or 2, and then these QBs are a 30 to a 40 ranking for everybody else. It's that big of a jump now. So do we reach that far, or it's such a tricky place where we're at right now because this is the worst time to need a QB.
I asked Rashad. He said, "Why do they feel like reaches?" Is his question. Why do they feel like reaches? You know what I'm saying?
They feel like reaches just because of there's still so much that you're wanting from them. Like there's things that is good, but there's still a work in progress for both of them. There's still so much things that they need and so many question marks for them. None of them are coming in pro ready and ready to be day one starters. None of them are. Now they're going to be forced into day one starters, but they still need a lot to learn. You need to actually get Shedeur behind a good O-line to see how well he actually handles pressure, because sometimes he doesn't handle pressure well. And is it because he's seeing ghosts and constantly has to worry about the O-line, or is it because he's not too good about pressure? Cam Ward does Will Levis type stuff and puts the ball in danger at some time. So is he just lucky, or does he know when to take calculated risk? I don't know these things. Is his athleticism actually going to translate to NFL, or is he just going to be an athletic guy like Anthony Richardson, but doesn't have the heart in the play that comes with the field as well? So there's still so many questions. There's things to like, but there's things that, like, I know Travis is ready day one. I know Abdul Carter is ready day one. I know Mason at defensive tackle is ready day one to come in and make some noise. I'm not so sure about these guys.
Hey, I got a slight confession to make, y'all. I'm kind of getting up out my feelings a little bit. I mean, still, fuck the vision of the Tennessee Titans and all of that. But I had said that they shouldn't draft a quarterback because they're not going to do right with the quarterback. I still have that thought, but I'm coming back around to the draft, the quarterback thing, because I can't deny the impact of a quarterback. We saw that last night in the Washington and Tampa Bay game, which that right there was damn classic.
Sam Darnold just screwed up again. Fumble
God.
6.
Yeah, that's why you don't. That's why you don't go and pay a bridge quarterback $100 million. We've been through this, but I'm starting to see both sides of it again, man. I mean, if they want to go draft a quarterback, hey, cool. Please, all I'm asking them to do is keep the damn head coach around for more than a season or two. Actually, give him the time that he needs to develop a quarterback. And we had a discussion on Twitter over the weekend, chasing quarterback. That's something else I got in mind too. If they're not confident in either one of these guys, don't go getting a quarterback just because you feel like you need to get a quarterback, because that's how you end up with Jake Locker. And I forget, I think it was Jacqueline I was talking to about this. She wants a quarterback no matter what. I understand her. I feel her, but I don't want to chase after this quarterback, and if they don't feel confident in him, they shouldn't get him. You're going to end up with Jake Locker. And you know who went off the board shortly after Jake Locker? J.J. Watt. And the Jags, I think, passed on J.J. Watt or whatever. I get all this wrong, but
Odell was on the clock. Alden Smith was still on the clock.
That was a different draft. This draft right here, 2 Hall of Fame. It was us and the Jags drafted quarterbacks, and the other teams that was behind us, they took Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famers, J.J. Watt and Tyron Smith. So that right there should tell you why you shouldn't chase after a quarterback. You only go get that quarterback if you're 100% sure that quarterback can be the guy.
And too, like, you also have to think about this as well, like long term. Like, Callie might not be the guy. We might be firing Callie after this guy or after this year. And I know that's not like the negative thing to be thinking about, but you have to think about that. Like, that Brinker might know that. Like, Brinker's making these picks. Like, you're thinking from Brinker's standpoint now, not Tennessee Titans. It's his Brinker. Like, I know that Callahan's most likely my next fall guy. If things don't work, Callie's out of here. So do I really want to get a QB this year that I might have my coach being my fall guy next year, when next year after I fire Callie, my best sell for a new head coach might be a top pick and you go pick your QB? Like, there's so many more variables now that are in play when you say about we want to go get a QB, because do you go get a QB and then now have to find a coach that is sold on that QB? Or do you just go get some well-round talent, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter? Next year you fire Brian and then you bring in a guy and say, hey, we'll work together and we'll pick your QB and we'll bring in a QB for you, whether free agent or draft. And I know nothing is guaranteed, but how you're gonna, if Callahan's not the long term, what's going to be your selling point next year for a coach? Is it going to be the QB you drafted this year, or is it going to be the option of you get to draft your guy and move forward?
I'm with Marlo right here. Marlo said the next year's quarterback class is not good, and I'm gonna be real. Like, I've watched all the quarterbacks for next year. I mean, obviously, there's gonna be somebody probably gonna come out of nowhere, like kind of like Cam Ward did this year. But at the same time, from what I've seen from all the quarterbacks next year, bro, it ain't gonna be any better. I don't think Drew Aller's gonna just become a magically great quarterback. I do like Klubnik. But Klubnik's probably about a second, third round pick. You know what I'm saying? Nico, I'm a Tennessee fan. Nico still got stuff he need to work on. You know what I'm saying? I think he might even stay there his senior year. It's the same with Arch Manning. Arch Manning, he ain't even played a full season as a starting quarterback, and you telling me we need to draft him? Like, no, bro. Like,
they talking about Drew Aller might be the first quarterback of QB1.
That's even worse than this draft.
That right there should tell you something.
That's worse than this draft. That's way worse. Like, that's Kenny Pickett and Malik Willis bad. You get what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Just take the quarterback this year and try your best to you know what I'm saying, to get the best out of him. And if he ain't it, he ain't it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just, it is what it is. You got to deal with it. I mean, it's just you either gonna hit or he not. You know, everybody goes through it. I want him to hit. Trust me.
Hey, y'all want to talk about you got something to say, Firestone? I ain't mean for it to come out like that. If Firestone broke, there you go. Did you have something you were finna say, Firestone?
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
He might be talking to
okay. Y'all want to talk about Big Jeff and his foolishness?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Yeah, so Firestone figured that out over there. Jeffrey Simmons, he on Twitter doing a whole bunch of slick shit, some AJ Brown type shit or whatever. If you ain't saw it, Patriot fan made a tweet this morning, pretty much asking for the Patriots to trade for Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons liked the tweet, and then he made a tweet himself, pretty much denying it or whatever. Well, not so much denying it, but this is what he said. Liking that tweet was literally not on purpose. Y'all cool out. It's not that deep. I know where my heart at. My goal is to retire a Titan, back to enjoying my off season. So, well, there we go. Just in time. Switches around. Yeah, man. We don't need RJ looking like Firestone.
My mic messed up real quick, so I had to fix it. But okay, I'm back.
But yeah, Jeffrey Simmons and his foolishness on Twitter. He pretty much said that he liked the tweet on mistake. You don't just like that tweet on mistake, talking about somebody tagged you and you looked at it. I mean, bro, if you use Twitter, you already know that when you scroll, you ain't nowhere close to that like button. That like button is like in the middle, and it's like real small. It's not like Facebook where it's out to the side and you can scroll and you can actually, go and like some on accident. I mean, I feel Big Jeff. Big Jeff is pissed off right now because of everything that's going on with the organization. And if he wants out, he needs to just say he wants out. And my question to you, RJ and Firestone, is do you think Big Jeff could turn into a counselor in this locker room if they keep him around in his disgruntled state?
Man, I don't know what to say about Big Jeff. I'm at the point where I'm like, man, maybe we do need to trade him, man. I mean, I'm looking at Walter Nolan in the draft, dog, and I'm like, man, he do the same stuff that Big Jeff do, bro. I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying? He take plays off a little bit, just like Big Jeff. But that's what I was laughing at earlier. But yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That draft capital, man, we can get like Firestone said, man. We can go and get Landry up out of here. We can go and get Big Jeff out of here. We can stack up the draft capital, though.
Yeah, and it'll free up
it'll free up a lot of cap space, bro. And go on trade him to New England, bro. He want to be with his buddy Vrabel, man, like Firestone over here.
No, I ain't going to New England, bro. I'm here. I have people I'm a fan of, but no matter what, I'm not. And I know, I think what Morocco's like a LeBron fan. So wherever LeBron goes, he's a fan of that. That's not Vrabel for me. I'm a fan of him. But guess what? When you play New England, guess who I'm rooting for? Tennessee. We better go whoop. But I also have the realistic side of me of knowing who the fuck our enemy is and who we're up against. Like that's something military is put into my mind real good. Don't matter. You're confident in yourself, but also know thy enemy. So nah, man, Jeff didn't like that shit on accident, bro. He's pissed off. He does not want to be here. I have said this several times on here, and people thought I was crazy. Jeff's gonna be here. That ain't this now. We not letting go. Here, Firestone talking crazy again. But once again, there's some truth to this stuff. Like we can't always tell y'all, hey, such and such told us that. We can't always tell y'all this stuff. But trust me, we're sitting here talking to people all the time. Jeff ain't happy. Jeff's not happy at all. He's not going to be here next season. And I proposed us trading him before all this stuff even took down and happened. But with them firing Rand, that's not sitting well with him. And as anybody, he probably went and liked that, thought nothing of it. I liked it. I didn't retweet it. I didn't say nothing to it. I could probably like it and get away with it. And as one person saw that, then it just took a wild storm and everybody else. And guess what Jeffrey Simmons agent said? Hey, we need to do damage control, because if that's what you're trying to do, if you're trying to go New England, if you're trying to get a trade, there's a better way of handling this so we actually get what we want out the trade rather than pissing off the franchise you want to trade from and they just send you off to whatever bumfuck Egypt franchise that ain't worth a damn just to punish you for being disgruntled and making an example out of you to other players. Let's save some face. Damage control did it by accident. But we'll go talk to the front office after this vacation. We'll go talk to the front office, let them know you want traded, that was just a misunderstanding. But there's better ways to handle this trade situation than this. I know AJ Brown is your buddy, but the AJ Brown strategy is not the only strategy to get traded out of Tennessee.
Philip called him the Drake of DTs. RJ, you agree with that one? You a big Drake fan. You agree with that one?
Yeah, I guess so, man.
I guess
yeah, he real emotional, man. Hey, but hey, Drake the GOAT, man. So you know what I'm saying? Y'all can sit there and call it. I don't know. I'm disagree because Big Jeff ain't nowhere near no GOAT, bro. You feel me? Like I said, man, go on trade Big Jeff, man. Let's go get Walter Nolan, man. We need some new faces on the defense, bro. Because Jeffrey Simmons, man, he done been through enough, man. He done seen the good glory days of Tennessee. He done seen the bad ones, bro. He wanted to be traded, bro. He woke up this morning, seen that tweet, and said, "Yo, I agree." Like, then they got exposed, bro. From everybody, bro. You want to be gone, bro. Let's keep it 100. Yo, your head ain't in it.
Yeah, and
let's talk about. Go ahead, Firestone.
And I hate to say this, but there just has to be truth to everything. Like, we have overhyped Jeffrey Simmons here. If we had some of these other players that some of these other teams had, Jeffrey Simmons would not nowhere be close to the face of the defense, let alone the face of the franchise for this team. Jeffrey got pushed into this role. He's not the face of the franchise. He's not the guy you want to be implementing of what this team looks like to the media. To the locker room, you do. You want the other guys on the locker room to see how this guy fights and stuff, but that's not the image you necessarily want the media to. Like, you can't be this bully bad guy that does all this stuff pushing and shoving after plays, but also be the role model the NFL wants to push for the kids. Like, Jeffrey Simmons has now been the Walter Payton Man of the Year twice for this franchise. Like, they're trying to push Jeffrey Simmons into that media spotlight so hard, and the media just won't do it. So even like if we had, but even when Sweat came here, everybody else was talking more about Sweat than Simmons, and Sweat might be able to outperform some. Your star player and your franchise guy does not get talked about that when a new rookie comes in. There was nobody talking about Tajay is going to be better and replace Derrick Henry. No, we can let Derrick Henry go and Tajay will do decent and we'll still stay afloat. But nobody was talking about, hey, we can let him go and he'll be just as good as it, like we did with Sweat and Simmons. So I think it's just time. We got to get new guys in here, build a new culture, and build. Like, Simmons was what Vrabel wanted this Titans to be. Simmons isn't what this new regime wants the Titans to be.
And I agree with what Corey said right here. Jeff getting those Taylor Lewan type penalties. Yeah, that's another discussion that we had on social media. Big Jeff, man, I ain't gonna lie. Big Jeff, he a captain. Is he a captain? He's a captain, right? On this team.
He's captain.
So yeah. So you remember what happened with Taylor Lewan when they made Malarkey the head coach, stripped him of his captain badge, told him pretty much just worry about playing football. That needs to happen to Big Jeff. Somebody needs to, and it's going to have to be Callie because he's the head coach. But Callie needs to go to Big Jeff and tell Big Jeff, like, look, you're doing too much. I'm taking his captain badge away from you. All you need to worry about is living up to this contract. But I'm watching this game as well. The Vikings out there getting done bad.
The thing for me, though, is I don't think Callie has it in him to do that. And that's the thing where I don't think Callie is the head coach, because head coaches have to do the tough things sometimes. And yeah, when you're pissed off enough, it's easy to yell at people, what the fuck are you doing after you fucked up so many times? But how easy is it for you to walk in a locker room and tell, hey, Jeff, you've been playing soft this year. I'm taking your captain badge. Because you told us, hey, I dare you to go in there and tell them they soft. I'm not saying they soft personally. But the product you put on the field this year was soft. There's no other way of putting it. You got to talk about we don't run, nobody runs on us. Then everybody proceeds to have their best rushing game against the Tennessee Titans. That's soft. Like,
nobody runs on the Tennessee Titans.
But exactly.
Yeah,
so like, I'm not personally attacking. I'm not personally attacking you, but I'm telling you how your play looked on the field, and y'all's play was soft as baby shit this year. Very bad. We saw players taking angles that could have gotten tackles that didn't let up and just let people run by them. It's soft. It's soft. And I agree, Marco. You got to go in there and say, hey, and not even Jeff, everybody's captain badge is ripped. Go out here and prove that you're a captain. And not even just prove by leadership in the locker room. Prove by your play week in and week out every day of what we're going to get. Like, everybody needs to be stripped, and you need to earn this shit. Do that Ken Dorsey shit. Earn your fucking brown stripe back.
Yeah, look, I'm watching the Vikings right now, and the Vikings are literally looking like we did whenever Will Levis went out there and started throwing interceptions and doing dumb shit. The defense is giving up, bro. They gave up. Just like they do with us, bro. They give up, bro. That's what happens when you. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like when your quarterback is absolute dog shit, bro, your defense gonna give up, bro. That's why I believe in the Tennessee Titans. If we draft a quarterback and he's somewhat good and somebody we believe can win a football game, you know what I'm saying? The defense gonna play. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. I've been trying to stress all season. Like, I'm like, bro, it really was just the QB screwing us over every freaking week, bro. And it's like you out there just taking punishment, bro. And then when you finally get a stop, your quarterback go out there and do the Spider-Man meme You know what I'm saying? And freaking flick the ball to the defense, bro. And then you got to go back out there and play, bro. Like, nah, man.
Hey,
The problem was QB.
I want to speak to Andre Aubrey's. Aubrey's
Please.
point real quick. I ain't mean to slaughter you, Aubrey, but he said I disagree. We gave up a lot of rushing yards at the end of the season when people started getting injured. I mean, yeah, it got bad on down the stretch, but I mean, early in the season, I mean, you could tell that this defense was giving it up a little bit in the run game. Now, at the beginning of these games, it didn't seem too bad. They were doing a fairly decent job stopping the run, but in the fourth quarter of them football games early on, you saw the defense give up big plays on the ground. I mean, think back to that Chicago game. Think back to that Jets game. The Green Bay, they started giving it up on the ground. So, I mean, what we saw against Washington, what we saw against who else had a big day of it? Jonathan Taylor. What we saw with them against the Colts, I mean, that right there, I mean, that wasn't a surprise. That had been in the making.
And bro, we got to stop giving them these excuses. Like, oh, players started getting injured at the end. That's why our rush got bad. No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop with the excuses. When you use 82, 83 players, then maybe you can use that excuse like some teams have. And when we did with Vrabel, that's when you can use injury as an excuse. But you can't use injury as an excuse when Arden Key is still on the defensive line. Travondre Sweat's still on the defensive line. Jeffrey Simmons is still on the defensive line. Harold Landry is still on the defensive line. Your entire defensive line is still their starters. You don't get to use injury as an excuse why we can't run stop. And you still have Kenneth Murray behind you that was still supposed to be our starter playing. However you feel about him, that's our starter. Jerome Baker, however you feel about him, that's our starter there at linebacker. Yeah, we started getting a little depth at linebacker when Gibby went out and all that, but still, one linebacker position and a safety position was the only thing that we really had injured, messed up on defense. We still was sitting there, and the corners are not making that big of a play in run defense when we're running up the middle at our defensive tackles that are supposed to be so big and run stop, ain't making a run stop. That's not injury. That's not injury why they ran on us. It's player effort. And it's coaching and preparation why they ran on us. Not because one linebacker position and one safety position was playing our fourth or fifth string guy when everybody else was starters on the defense. That's not it.
Yeah, they was out of position a lot of times. That was their whole thing about not being able to stop mobile quarterbacks. I mean, it's because, I mean, there's no gap integrity. I mean, they're out of position a lot. I mean, you got Arden Key rushing straight upfield past the quarterback at times. You got Harold Landry not getting off his block fast enough. You got Jeffrey Simmons getting pushed off the ball 10 yards. You got T Sweat getting double teamed. I mean, they're just out of position. They weren't in position to make those plays on the ground.
Yeah, and I'm tired of seeing Jeffrey Simmons have to pick himself up off the field. Like at some point, I get you're getting double teamed and all this stuff, but damn, man, you are on the ground too damn much, having to pick yourself up. And we already know this is defensive tackle. You get on the ground, the offensive lineman gonna lay on you. They're gonna fall right on top of you, not let you get up. So you can't get in on the damn ground, play after play. And then when you are standing up, you're getting pushed back 5-6 yards. Then once the play is over and the whistle goes, now you push this dude like you're some tough dude, but you just got your ass whooped on the fucking play. But you want to have all this antics after the play, but during the play, you're getting your ass whooped all fucking play. But you got to take your cheap shots after the whistle blows and the players have stopped and turned their backs, and you got to push them in their back and shit because you're pissed off that you can't work this man across from you?
Man, by Firestone, man, I'm with you when you're right, bro. We need to go ahead and trade Landry and trade freaking Big Jeff, bro. Well, honestly, I ain't really too trade Big Jeff, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro, Walter Nolan do the same shit this man Big Jeff do. I've watched Walter Nolan since he was at A&M. And he was in high school out here, bro. He was an absolute monster, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. Like the freaking what's the name, bro? Like that, and then I like Jack Sawyer at Ohio State as well, man. That's another monster, bro. And you put if we can keep Landry, you just put Jack Sawyer on the other side. He gonna make sure the defense right, bro. Like he's a leader on Ohio State, and they finna win a national championship, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
So
you can
And
use
top tier
Sweat
even
as
said
the
it right
answer
here.
now.
Brian Robinson averaged 4.3 yards per carry this season, 6.4 yards per carry against the Titans. I mean, shit, it looked like in that Washington game, it looked like every run play was a first down. If it wasn't a first down, it was freaking a 6-yard run, an 8-yard run. I mean, it was just all out ridiculous. And that's what got me down on Big Jeff. I mean, him just coming out and saying nobody runs on the Tennessee Titans, and then you go and get ran on. I mean, it's just straight up pathetic, man.
That's why you let your play speak for itself. And you got to trade Simmons now. Like, he's only going to get more disgruntled. I don't know if you've been paying attention of it anyway, but each year he gets more and more disgruntled since we fired Vrabel. I know it's only been a year, but everything was cool when we fired Vrabel. But look how each week, how Jeffrey Simmons started to change and how he started to get more disgruntled. And then towards the end of the season, he's damn near calling players out in the locker room by name, which is usually what you never see happen from NFL players. You see he's slowly starting to get disgruntled. Is he going to be able to sit here for another 2 or 3 years of losing bad football and not be a cancer in the locker room? That's what I was saying all along. That was my point. We're in rebuild mode. Jeffrey might not want to be here for rebuild. He's probably going to get more and more disgruntled. And with more and more disgruntled, his trade value drops less and less and less and less. Do it now. We told you all year, fucking trade Treylon Burks, and y'all waited too long. Do this now with Jeffrey Simmons.
That's what I was saying.
The
like,
older
Jeffrey
you get,
Simmons,
go
he
ahead.
don't do. Jeffrey Simmons don't do nothing in the pass game. He don't. He's not no pass rusher, bro. Like he just is a you know what I'm saying? He's in your face and try to disrupt you, but he ain't sacking nobody, bro. He ain't getting no sacks, bro. Like, let's keep it 100, man. That man, how many? He got 5 sacks. That's not a lot. For as much as he's getting paid, it's not a lot, bro. I mean, and then we not stopping the run. He's getting pushed back in the run game. What is he out there doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, just go on trade him, bro. Let's get Walter Nolan. That's what I said, man. Please, try to get a second round pick out of him, man.
You know, the older you get, the more disgruntled you get. Well, I'm not even going to say disgruntled, but the older you get, the more honest you get, the more opinionated you get, the more you get to a point where you don't care what other people got to say about you. You gonna say what you got to say. Big Jeff is getting to that point as a player in the NFL. He's getting older. He's watching things happen. First, you take away his draft buddy and his Mississippi buddy as well, a person that he grew up with, playing against in high school, played against them in the Egg Bowl, Mississippi State and Ole Miss, played with them as came into the NFL with A.J. Brown at the same time. Watch him get traded away. Then you take away the heartbeat of the team, Derrick Henry. Then you take away his head coach that he loves so very much, Mike Vrabel. Then you take away the GM who changed his life forever, gave him the biggest payday he's ever had. You take all that away, hell yeah, he's fucking mad. So yeah, it's time to get Jeffrey Simmons the hell up out of here. And I love Big Jeff and I rock with Big Jeff, but it's getting to a point right now where it's only going to get worse.
Bro, there's never been a time where I've seen a player need a change of scenery so bad. Like, you saw it when Jeffrey came out the tunnel this year at the first and Derek wasn't there and he's like doing it for himself. Like, that's defeated that I've watched. And one person you left out, I watched the GM who traded or drafted me leave. I watched the coach who believed in me left. I watched my buddy since high school leave. I watched my dude that was my leader, co-leader, partner on this team lead. I watched the GM who paid me to leave. What is here for me? You ever experience something so tragic in your hometown and you're like, I got to get out of here because everything reminds me of that? He has to be going around looking everywhere and just ghost of all the homies he's had and all the people that has believed in him, but the Tennessee has let go of. Bro, he's only going to get more and more disgruntled. It's time to fully embrace the rebuild, and you're going to have to trade away our veterans, but bring in some veterans that can help you embrace the new culture, not guys that have some lingering issues and seeing some ghost of buddies in the locker room everywhere they turn.
Yeah, I 100% agree with y'all. You need to just go ahead and get Big Jeff up out of here, man. He don't want to be here. Like I said, man, he's seen him so much. He been here for what since the. No, he was here during freaking. Was he here before Mike Vrabel too? He was here by Milwaukee, wasn't he?
He was
He
here the
came
first
in-
year the new
Mike
uniforms came
Vrabel's
out.
first year.
Yes, he
Was
came
it
out
Mike
the
was
Vrabel?
there
first
Mike
It
year.
was
Vrabel's
Mike
first
Vrabel's
year.
first year. It was.
Yeah,
It was.
so
Correct.
rookie
So
head coach,
he's a Mike Vrabel
rookie-
guy. So
rookie
Yes.
player. I mean, it's so many attachments to Jeff Simmons that he done seen walk out the door. I mean, I get where he's coming from. I honestly do, because I mean, people even go through that in life or whatever. They lose so many people around them. You know, friends go on to get married. You get some that passed away. You may fall out with a couple of individuals, and you get to a point in life where you really don't give a damn. You're going to say what you got to say, and you're going to do what you got to do. And that's where Big Jeff is right now.
yeah, I agree with that 100%, man. You just need. I think the best thing for him to do is to switch scenes, man, and just go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and rip the damn Band-Aid off, bro. We just need to get rid of some of these guys that was here during the Vrabel era. I mean, let's just keep it 100. We just need to, bro. Like some of these guys are they were just brought up differently than the new guys. It's hard to embrace a new culture with old people here. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, man, I'm with you, Firestone. Go ahead and trade both of them, trade Landry and trade Big Joe, and let them go ahead and go on to newer teams, bro.
You need to make that meme, Firestone. Will Smith standing there empty. How I put Big Jeff's face on it. Hey, Chris, that's a good one too, man.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
But man, y'all ready to wrap this show up for the night, man? We done gave y'all damn near 2 hours. It's been a while since we done that, man. But we had a lot to get to, man, and we appreciate y'all rocking with us. Once again, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Make sure you go holler at Wilson down at Music City Autoplex. Buy with confidence. Best prices in 500 miles. If you can't make it down there to the lot, go to musiccityAutoplex.com. Give them a call at 844-543-0108 and get those bets in. My God, I hope y'all didn't place any bets with the Vikings. I just saw those highlights, and boy, Darnold out there having Jets flashbacks, man. I mean, Darnold out there looking like rookie Darnold. He looking like first year Darnold. He looking like all those versions of Darnold before this season, right? He going through it. But anyway, man, get those picks in, man. Bet US, where the games begin. 10% gamblers insurance, 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. Scan that QR code, lock those picks in. Fellas, you got anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Man, but we're gonna fix this situation, bro. It's gonna take some subtraction for addition. I know that's backwards, but we got to get rid of some people, bro. I think there's gonna be a whole flip in this roster, man. That people ain't gonna be suspecting. They ain't gonna like it at first, but I think in the later parts, it's gonna make sense. We need to figure out who the GM gonna be, though. I think GM right now, we need to go ahead and nail that hire. I know everybody's on board with saying that, it's just another guess, man. Like, we still got to hire the GM, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we got to see what the vision is, and we move on from there.
For sure,
Yeah.
Firestone.
Yeah, no, and I know I saw some people in chats like, can we end with something optimistic? That's the bad thing, man. Like, our content is a reflection of the team and what the team is doing and how the team is doing. Y'all think we want to come on here and talk this negative all the damn time and talk about how bad this? Hell no, it's draining to come on here and do it. But we got to do it and come on here and talk to y'all about this. But an optimistic thing for y'all is stadium's almost done. It's going to be nice to be in there, at least that if hopefully they will have this team turned around by the time the new stadium is here. But if they don't, the optimistic thing is at least you won't have to watch sucky ass Titans football in the elements and in the weather. You'll at least be able to do it inside in a nice, beautiful ass stadium and have some leisure of something, maybe. But man, just hold on, have patience, and realize that you're probably going to see more firings. You're going to see a bunch of players leave that you're not going to want to see leave. And that's not even this year. It's going to be for the next few years to come. This is going to take a few years of a rebuild and a turnaround for the Tennessee Titans.
Healing is never easy, but god dang it, we going to get through it. And guess what? At the Tennessee Titans Colosseum, we're going to help you get through it. So everybody stay blessed. Have a great week. Be productive and tighten the fuck up.